Now at 7 o'clock, we're tracking several flood threats across the area. Parts of Clackamas County still under a mandatory evacuation notice.
And Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz is live along the Clackamas River as rising water levels threaten a mobile home park.
And we're also live at the airport this morning as thousands of local travelers get ready to take off for the Christmas holiday. Sunrise streaming live here at 7 o'clock starts right now.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 7 o'clock. I'm China Green.
Locking it in right now as we roll into a weather impact alert Friday on the Sunrise Show. Streaming hours include Chris and Rod, of course. Chris has your traffic update. Rod Hill standing by with a look at weather here.
Yeah, so yes, thank you, Drew. China, good morning to you. Yesterday the impact alert was all about this is happening right now. We had the 2 inches of rain that fell. We had the rising river levels. Today's impact alert is about the aftermath, if you will. The actual weather right now is pretty quiet. Most of you are dry. We're going to be looking at some typical scattered showers today. However, we still have the hazard of the river flooding that's going on and the high water spots and potential detours in part associated with the high water in the rivers around the area. So just have awareness and realize that maybe your route today, you'll run into some high water areas. Maybe you'll run into a spot where you have to have a detour, that sort of thing. But again, the actual weather is pretty quiet. You may see this on your phone. The Weather Service still has the widespread flood watch up, but that is specifically tied to the individual river flood warnings. Here's the scattered showers feeding in off the Pacific. Again, this is kind of a typical day. I think overall we'll see at least as much dry time as wet as the showers come in and continue to pass. We do have snow over the passes this morning. That snow level is at 3,000 feet. And we're opening up some breaks in the cloud cover, so we will get some sun breaks. Temperatures have really fallen off. Now down to 35 in Vancouver as the clouds are starting to break up. We'll be going up into the mid 40s to maybe 47 for a high. Here is Chris.
Rod, when's the last time it was 35 in Vancouver?
Yeah, we're very tropical up there usually. You're right.
No, I was just saying, that is remarkably cold after the atmospheric river. All right, so for your multiple atmospheric rivers, all right, the freeway drive is actually in fine shape this morning. That's the good news. The bad news is, as we look at the hazard map, there's all kinds of not fun stuff here across the Northwest. Starting with this, there's a new landslide that just formed in the wee hours of this morning west of Glenwood. Highway 6, the Wilson River Highway, closed right now. There is no local detour around that. Highway 35 up on Mount Hood, eastbound is blocked just east of Highway 26 because of a landslide. Highway 35 south of Parkdale completely closed because of downed trees. These are all new since late yesterday afternoon or last night. A slide right now in Clackamas County has Leland Road closed. We've also got a slide that has Redland Road closed, and then some high water areas, including 99E through Oregon City. Local detour set up around that, and a big one here in Clackamas County. Highway 211 around some area that's really flooding here. East of Malala, 211 is closed right now between milepost 15 and 17. China, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. And we are continuing to track outages across our area this morning. PGE right now reporting over 6,000 customers without power. Pacific Power reporting more than 3,000 customers in Oregon and the dark this morning. And in Clark County, Clark Public Utilities is reporting just under 1,000 customers currently without power. Crews all across our area have been working hard past few days to help get people's lights back on.
You know, this is one of those all hands on deck situations where we've been out all night, and we're going to stay out until everyone is back up and running.
PGE says as of last night, they have restored power to more than 130,000 customers who lost power due to this week's windstorm. In Clackamas County, a mandatory level 3 go now evacuation has been issued along the Malala River just east of Malala in the Shady Dell areas.
The evacuation orders cover homes right here along Shady Dell Road and Fawn Lane. Here's a closer look at the map. The county says there is an extreme risk for that neighborhood. Other parts of Clackamas County also at risk, so people who live near the Clackamas River are preparing for the worst when it comes to possible flooding.
Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us from Meldrum Bar Park, that is, in Gladstone. So Thomas, what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, well, guys, I mean, look, right behind us, the waters just continue to rise and rise all morning long. They've stopped a little bit over the past 20 minutes or so, but you can see, I mean, just branches in the water all over the place as it's kind of sifting over to shore. It's a problem that's going to last in really all day here today, and it's not just here in Gladstone. All across the Clackamas River and Willamette River, we've seen it all morning long. We were over in the High Rocks area this morning where we saw a dumpster actually flood down the river, just being washed away along the Clackamas into the Willamette River. And it wasn't just a dumpster that we saw tree trunks basically washing down the river as well, along with branches. Now look, all across Clackamas County, many people are on high watch here in Gladstone, in Estacada, Carver, Oregon City. Everybody's on high alert. We saw police officers for Oregon City out and about making sure nobody was in the water. We've seen Public Works for Gladstone out as well. We spoke to a woman in Carver yesterday about her concerns leading into today. Here's what she had to say.
But right now I'm kind of counting the feet the river are up. I think I'm going to be sleeping with my big, huge flashlight. And like I said, I'm going to be watching it because when it comes to a certain point, then I think any intelligent person would go.
Yeah, and look, she's not the only one watching it. A lot of people, even out here in Gladstone, have just come along by the river to see how high it's getting. Now look, it's getting higher, but it really hasn't had any major implications so far, thankfully, for people in the Clackamas County area as far as flooding into homes or anything like that. But definitely something that county officials are monitoring all throughout the day. Clackamas County says the best way to keep track and keep tabs on this is through their flood page website. You can also download the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office app. They're putting out a lot of information throughout the morning about what they're seeing, where people need to be on high alert. Back here in Gladstone, you can see this water continues to rise slowly but surely. We're going to see that until about 10 o'clock this morning. Guys, Clackamas River isn't supposed to go back below flood levels until 10 o'clock tonight, so a lot to keep tabs on. Guys?
Thomas Schultz reporting live for us this morning. Thank you, Thomas. We are also keeping an eye on Johnson Creek, where there's a flood warning in spots there. So gauges show the creek is already into minor flood stage, particularly to the east in the Powell Butte and Sycamore area. Some people we talked to say they are watching things very closely.
Definitely flooding, some of it getting up to people's houses and things like that. So, if we can help out to prevent that, that's what we're here for. So.
The city has free sandbag filling stations open, including at Lentz Park.
The countdown to Christmas down to the final 6 days at this point.
6 days.
6 days. Do you count today or no? I don't count today.
Why?
Because
it is 7 a.m. You have the entire day to shop.
So do you count Christmas Day then when you're counting down?
Yeah.
So then if by those rules, we're 7 days away.
Math.
I go with tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. 6 days away in my book until Christmas. So for a lot of people, that means it's time to shift from holiday shopping to holiday travel.
So AAA says, like they do every single year, that this year's holiday travel could break records.
Oh, record-breaking year.
Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live from the airport with more on this. Good morning, Corey.
Good morning, China. Drew, that's right. Millions expected to travel across the country this year, but the Port of Portland in particular predicts that 950,000 travelers will pass through Portland International Airport over the next 2.5 weeks. Now, today and December 28th are expected to be the busiest travel days for PDX. That local surge is part of a much larger national picture. AAA predicting 122 million people will travel between December 20th and January 1st. Setting a new record. Now, around 90% of travelers will be driving, but air travel is expected to hit new highs this year, with more than 8 million people boarding flights nationwide. AAA says the busiest travel days nationwide kick off tomorrow and Sunday, and then another big one for travel is after Christmas, the day after Christmas. I talked to travelers this morning who say they're glad to get a jump on airport congestion.
Airport is flowing really smoothly, so it hasn't been bad. I was anticipating it to be a lot worse. That's why we got here so far in advance.
It's looking pretty good, honestly. I went to the bathroom earlier and I was looking at the lines and they were not that bad.
And I mean, in keeping a look at the lines right now, they're still moving really well this morning. There's not many people here in the way of congestion. So if you do have a flight, it's definitely now the time to take it and come to the airport. And so airport officials also recommend getting here early if you do have a holiday flight scheduled. We also, though, even though it's only December 19th, still 6 days away from Christmas, some people tell us this morning their flights have already been delayed. We have that part of the story coming up at 7:03. Back to you.
All right, Corey Johnson live for us this morning there at the airport. Turning our attention back to the weather impact alert forecast on this Friday. I will say this much though.
Say it.
China and Rod.
Yeah.
I do feel like most people are still working today. This is a work day for most people. I feel like tomorrow begins the mass exodus and then into Sunday and Monday as well. But I feel like most of our viewers are probably doing their normal things today still.
Can we take a second and salute those who will still be working next Monday, next Tuesday, next Wednesday?
Not you, not this woman.
Drew and I are saluting ourselves, I believe.
Yes, working hard on Christmas week for you.
All right. Again, the impact alert continues mainly for the river flood warning. So you know your route. If you're not going to be going near any problematic rivers, if you're on I-5 coming in and out of Portland, you're fine today. The heavy rain pattern did end last night as expected. It slipped all the way down into California. We're just looking at typical scattered showers today. Temperature's a little chilly this morning, but we're average now for December. We've been in the 30s this morning in some spots. We'll be in the 40s this afternoon. So the river flooding specifically is what we're tracking today. This has been updated, and this is where Thomas Schultz has been reporting live for us this morning up the Clackamas. And Thomas did give you the update that this will be hanging out around flood stage all the way until 10 o'clock. This morning, actually going up at cresting at 10 o'clock this morning, and then after that slowly falling and not getting below flood stage until about 10 p.m. this evening. It's one of the more healthy waterways, if you will, that we're tracking this morning. Now the Sandy River already up to the crest, and it is going to be falling this morning, should get below flood stage before the noon hour. And then the Wilson River actually hit its crest last evening, so it's already well on the way down and will be below flood stage this morning. The Wilson did close parts of 101 there in Tillamook County due to the high water. We also are watching snow this morning over the Cascade Passes. This is Government Camp Highway 26. So obviously that's you'll want some snow tires or traction devices to get up over the passes. Best practice always. 3 to 6 inches new snow could fall. Snow level setting at 3,000 feet. Here's the scattered shower pattern. Nothing organized. In fact, we have no big weather systems between now and Christmas Day. Most days moving forward are scattered showers to no more than about 1/4 inch of rain, most of the days. 40 right now in Kelso, Portland, 44 in Salem, 43 out in Burns, so temperatures are kind of uniform. Some of you have dropped into the 30s. Clouds are starting to break up a bit. I've got today's high 47. Few scattered showers tomorrow. Tomorrow is the drier of the 3 days. If you look at today, tomorrow, and Sunday, Sunday rain picks up. This is rain at times, but generally not more than 1/4 inch. And then Thanksgiving, Christmas Day, 47 with a few showers. That's your update. Here's Chris.
All right, Rod, thank you for that. So up on the mountain, to Rod's point, there it is. We had lots of snow yesterday morning. It all washed away, and now it's back with the lowering snow levels. So, yeah, watch yourself as you travel over the passes today. Down low, the freeway drive is in pretty good shape. I don't have any major freeway trouble out there, but there are a slew of closures and obstructions and lane closures across Northwest Oregon and Southwest Washington this morning. Eastbound, Highway 35 closed just east of the 26 junction on Mount Hood because of a slide. Highway 35 south of Mount Hood, Hood River and Parkdale closed because of downed trees. And now I'm hearing that there are multiple sections of Highway 6, the Wilson River Highway, closed because of what sounds like more than one slide west of the Glenwood area. Your detour right now is Highway 26. So the Wilson River Highway, Highway 6, again, that's a no-go. The light of day will probably reveal more of the damage, the standing water, the slides, and down trees across the region. But just know that it could be trouble. Check your route ahead of time before you head out this morning. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Still to come on Sunrise, we are celebrating the best of Drew Carney push-ups, whatever that is.
It's a push-up.
It's debatable.
What the heck?
Stay with us. We'll have more details coming up.
What about that's not a push-up?
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
All right, we are taking a break from the Sunrise Show right now with the weather coverage and the news headlines this morning to say goodbye to one of our teammates who has been a part of the Sunrise Show longer than any of us. After 19 years here at KGW, Drew Carney is getting ready to start a new chapter in his TV career at our sister station in Denver.
So literally just an hour ago, we had this big goodbye that we did on during the 6 o'clock hour of Sunrise. Now I get that a lot of you only watch the streaming hour. So it's important to say to all of you who are only watching now what I said an hour ago, which is thank you. I did not think at the beginning of this year that I'd be leaving KGW at the end of the year. 19 years at the station, 25 years in this television market is a long time. I only planned to be here for 2 years when I got here in 2000. I thought 3 years tops. And here we are 25 years later.
Holy cow, Drew.
Yeah.
Speed bump.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? I mean, what happens? Things change. And, you know, I met someone. We got married. That kept me here for a long while. Now, that marriage did not have a happily ever after ending. But we had two of the greatest gifts you could ever get from that marriage, right? My sons. And so that's really what made this the most difficult decision, because my sons still have about 6 months of high school left. They're going to stay here with their mom. They're going to wrap up high school in June. But I needed their approval to do this move. And so a couple of months ago, I approached them with and said, here's what's happening. This looks like a great career opportunity for your dad, but what do you think? And they were like, it does, Dad. We agree. We think you have to go. I mean, that was the nutshell of that conversation. And one of my sons just last week said, you know, Dad, next year, 2026, it's going to be a little uncomfortable for all of us because the boys will be heading out of state and going to separate colleges while Dad goes out of this state and goes to a new TV job. And that son of mine said, sometimes we have to get uncomfortable in order to grow. And I thought that was pretty wise of an 18-year-old, right? So anyways, that's what's happening. And I want to thank our viewers again, because last week when Rod was off, we announced that I was leaving for the first time on the show, and I was very nervous. I didn't know what the viewers were going to say. I actually thought people were going to, you know, come at me with, hey, that's a very selfish move, and how the heck could you leave us after all these years that the viewers supported me? I heard none of that. For the last week, I've only heard online and in person, thank you and good luck. And we love you and we're going to miss you and all those things you would hope to hear. And so I thank you all again, the viewing audience, for being terrific supporters of mine for the last 25 years. I did not think I would make this my home, but I did. And I'll probably live here longer than I'll live anywhere else in my life. I'm not going to be in Denver on TV for 25 years. I don't have enough years left to make that happen. So this will always be sort of like the crucial part of my entire life and my entire career, and I thank you guys for that.
They do have a good football team there. You might want to stay for a long time. The Broncos are playing well.
I'm a big sports fan, as you all know.
Is it possible that your kids just wanted a crash pad in Denver and why they recommended you go there?
We'll see how things all play out. One of my sons could end up at Montana State next year. That's where he's leaning. One of them could end up at the University of Utah next year.
Wow.
And Dad would be in Denver, Colorado. And the three of us could all be in the mountain time zone in 3 different states. And I don't know anyone who lives in that time zone presently. So it's all very weird the way this is working out. But I've sort of led my whole life like this, like just kind of let things happen and see where things go and where it takes you. And right now it's taking me to Denver, Colorado.
The Carney boys are out.
Yes. Thank you again to my sons for kind of thumb-upping this move. Not sticking their thumbs up on it. Okay. Thumb-upping this move and giving Dad the green light to make it happen.
For the record, we all said no.
Yes.
And you did it anyway.
Hard no.
True story. I do believe that we have something else coming up at 7:45, sort of that highlight reel.
Yes, we do have a highlight reel.
That's good.
That is going to have some of your best moments. A lot of skin is in the video.
My early years here, there was a lot of Speedo shots and board short shots. So,
okay. Here's some of it.
Nice job.
Yeah, but he got the rim.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Thank you, Brenda. I'm glad that my non-success is good in your eyes.
What?
Yeah, I was. Oh yeah, that was a.
Why are you in? Why you look like a prisoner?
Prisoner garb? Oh, there's so much happening here.
Whoa!
That was not planned.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, I remember this.
So here's the deal. 19 years, wrapped up into 4 minutes. We'll play it for you at 7:45.
That's an impossible task, by the way.
That was the funniest day I've ever worked.
All right, Rod, take over. Weather Impact Alert Day, what do you got?
Boys, this is going to be boring, but here we go anyway. Hey, we do have a scattered shower day, meaning the madness of the solid rain is over. That atmospheric river, as planned, dropped to the south. By the way, yesterday was a perfect example of weather modeling handling a storm system really well. It got the timing correctly. Remember, we said it'd be intense but short-lived atmospheric river, no more than 24 hours. That was correct. Models said we get about 2 inches. We got 2.10. Models never really supported overly getting a wind event in the valley. We did have the wind advisory, but we told you primarily we were looking for kind of 15 to 30 mile per hour winds. A peak gust in the valley turned out to be 35. Anyway, all of that has now dropped down into California in terms of the steady moisture, and we just have scattered showers. Now, there are lots of leftover hazards. Chris is coming up after me. He's got lots of different road closures for you. We've got the scattered showers feeding in. You can clearly see off the Pacific, so this is just a typical day for us. And we are opening up breaks in the cloud cover at the showers, so we will get some sun breaks mixed with these scattered showers. Here's Chinook Winds Casino Resort in Lincoln City, 44 degrees. By the way, Lincoln County, holy moly, from about 9 a.m. yesterday through 4 p.m., every single hour at nearby Newport reported a 50 mile per hour wind gust. We don't see that often. 50 mile per hour winds, yes, but not for over such a long duration of time. Here's the Chehalem tasting room camera. This is gorgeous. Look at the, you've got some convection right there building up in that cumulus cloud. Otherwise, you've got some big breaks in the cloud cover down to 41 degrees. Here's the cloud break over downtown Portland sitting at 40 right now. It's 39 in Kelso, 43 in the Dalles. We've got about the similar temperatures out east, 40 in Baker City. Futurecast just going to show you the typical scattered shower pattern today with some sun breaks mixed in. 40s here on the west side. Some of you will hold in the 30s out east. Snow level 3,000 feet. We do have snow over the passes this morning. Again, the impact alert mainly as we monitor high water spots. Not entirely, but primarily associated with the river flooding going on. Tomorrow, it's a few showers. Rain picks up a bit on Sunday. No big systems here. Each day expected to get manageable rainfall. A few showers, 47 on Christmas Day. Now to a man who's going nowhere. Chris McGinnis staying right here in the Rose City.
No, I'm taking a vacation next week, Rod.
Oh, wow.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas. Hey, check this out. We got some fog right now down in Tualatin, I-5 at the 205 split with the sky clearing a little bit. It's getting chilly out there, and there's the snow that Rod mentioned up at the Cascades. The traffic impact on the roads, on the freeways, there's not much. The freeway drive is actually in fine shape this morning, but as we've been mentioning, cleanup continues with slides, down trees, and high water marks. There are way too many here to mention, but just be aware. TripCheck.com, KGW.com, we are posting these as they come in as well. Those are going to be your best resources moving forward.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The man suspected of killing 2 students at Brown University last Saturday has been found dead. Investigators say he may also be responsible for the murder of an MIT professor in the Boston area earlier this week. Police say 48-year-old Claudio Neves Valente, a Portuguese national who eventually became a permanent U.S. resident, was also a grad student at Brown 25 years ago. Investigators say the MIT professor who was killed this week attended the same academic program as Valente at a university in Portugal back in the 90s. Valente was found dead in a storage facility in New Hampshire from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Also, a reminder this morning, if you or someone you know is struggling, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is available 24/7. You can reach it by calling or texting 988. The Lifeline provides confidential support and crisis resources. Coming up in our next half hour of the Sunrise Show, we're going to check back in with Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz. He's covering the rising river levels that are threatening residents in Clackamas County this morning. The Sunrise Show, streaming live here at 7 o'clock, continues after this.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
We are coming up on 7:29 on this Friday morning, the day after a mess, and we've got all kinds of road hazards, standing water, slides, road closures. Some of the biggest: Highway 6 closed in the Oregon Coast Range because of a landslide, Highway 35 south of Hood River closed because of downed trees. All of that said, the freeway drive this morning is actually in fine shape. We're generally looking good out there. The drive times are operating at a speed limit clip. I want to let folks know, go to tripcheck.com for your most up-to-date resource on many road closures out there, Rod.
Yeah, you know, Chris, we do have the impact alert up for individual river flood warning and reminding you there could be some high water hazards awaiting you. But the forecast itself is just scattered showers today. And really overall, the city highway structure, we drained yesterday's 2 inches of rain pretty well. We're opening up some breaks in the cloud cover. That's allowed us to drop. We're at 40 in Portland. We'll be up to about 46 or 47. No organized storm systems between now and Christmas Day. It's showers this weekend.
.30 half hour, the Sunrise Show, a live look outside. Not a bad shot at all from our Rose City Skycam, showing off downtown Portland with some bluish skies on this Friday.
The water is too. It's really calm.
Yeah, well, not the scene yesterday, of course, or the day before that, but things changing a bit here this morning. Before we go any further, this is my last morning working with Chris and China, and normally at this time I say, hey, China, what do you say to the viewing audience? But the heck with that. What do you say to me on this Friday?
So weather.
Oh,
looking
jeez.
Good morning.
Bye.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind.
Goodbye.
Turned out to be incredibly awkward. Here's a look at our radar. We have scattered showers in the forecast today. We can have a little fun because the weather event is over. It did come in quickly. It lasted actually less than 24 hours. It did drop 2 inches of rain. It has left in its wake river flooding across the area. Many of our area rivers either hit crest levels last night, the highest water level, or will be doing so in the AM hours yet this morning. So be advised that high water around some of those rivers might be impacting you. Generally though, we're doing okay. We've quickly drained away the water that fell, and we have breaks in the cloud coverage. You look at our state capital, 44, and some nice blue over the city right now. I mentioned the lack of wind, the quiet water or river there as well. 40 is the temperature. We'll be up to about 46 or 47 for high. Just like that, it's just kind of a typical Friday, Chris, but we are dealing with a lot of hazards that you are now updating us on.
Getting chilly out there as the sky clears. You can kind of tell that by the fog that's forming here in Tualatin. That's I-5 at 205. And to Rod's point about it getting snowy in the Cascades, there's the trucks that are chaining up to get over the Cascade passes. By the way, Highway 35 east of 26, the eastbound lane closed because of a landslide. That happened yesterday afternoon. We've also got down trees on Highway 35 south of Parkdale that has that completely closed right now. One of the big closures that came into the newsroom early this morning is a landslide report on Highway 6, the Wilson River Highway. That is closed west of the Glenwood area. Your solution around that, Highway 26 at this point, so a long workaround. We've got a slide in Clackamas County on Leland Road, that's closed. We've got another slide that has Redland Road closed, and then in downtown Oregon City, 99E right now closed. You've got to use a detour to get around that. That's closed from 2nd Street to 10th Street because of high water. Guys, back to you.
From your traffic maps, Chris, we move to the power outage maps around the area. PGE this hour reporting more than 6,000 customers without power. That is down, though. That number is coming down. Again, PGE reporting more than 6,000 customers. Pacific Power says about 3,200 of its customers are without power. And up in Clark County, good news to report, Clark Public Utilities saying less than 1,000 of its customers are currently without power.
In Clackamas County, a mandatory level 3 go now evacuation has been issued along the Molalla River, just east of Molalla in the Shady Dell areas.
So this evacuation order covers homes right here along Shady Dell Road and Fawn Lane. We're going to move in closer on this map. The county says there is an extreme risk for that neighborhood. Other parts of Clackamas County also at risk. People who live near the Clackamas River preparing for the worst when it comes to possible flooding.
Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us from the lower Clackamas River at High Rock. So Thomas, what are you seeing out there as the sun starts to rise?
Yeah, well, guys, it's pretty astounding. I mean, the Clackamas River is basically turned into rapids out here. I'm going to step off so you can see what I mean. Look at this here at High Rocks and just how quickly that water is flowing toward the Willamette River here. It's pretty astonishing how quickly. You can see there's some branches in the water just rushing down the river. It's been like this all morning long. I want to show you some video that we got here a couple of hours ago. This is video, it's a little bit dark, but there's a dumpster flooding down the river, moving very swiftly. This water just taking everything in its path and moving it, even big things like dumpsters in Clackamas County. Now, a lot of people are out here just basically onlookers trying to see how high this water is going. Of course, police and official agencies are out here as well. We're in Gladstone. They are far from the only ones that are concerned about this. You guys mentioned Molalla, Oregon City, Carver, Estacada, all areas of concern here in Clackamas County this morning. Something that residents have been watching very closely. We spoke to a woman in Carver last night who has some concerns about flooding. Here's what she had to say.
Yes, if it comes up to the grassy area, I'm not too worried because it's done that before. But if it gets up to the roadway, that's when I'm probably going to leave.
So here's the thing, Clackamas County says there's a couple of ways to keep a good eye on what's going on. First, check their flood page website. That's a good place where they're posting a lot of information. Another good outlet is the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office app. They have their own app where they're putting out news releases pretty consistently, and those releases were coming in as early as 4 o'clock this morning, so something they are very attentive to. Once again, here along the Clackamas River at High Rocks, you can see how quickly that water is moving. Of course, very high up after all the rain we saw yesterday. I want to show you right down here too. You can see along the sidewalk edge here, it's pooling and just continuing to rise and rise, something that we've seen all morning long. It's continuing to go up. We're going to expect that waters along the Clackamas River and rivers across our area will continue to rise until about 10 o'clock today in the morning. Along Clackamas River, the water will not fall below flood stages until 10 o'clock tonight, guys. So something to keep a watch on all day long. Drew, China.
Thomas Schultz reporting live for us this morning. Thank you, Thomas. Meantime, we are keeping a close eye on trouble spots on our roadways, including one on Northwest Kaiser Road in the Bethany area. A stretch of road there is shut down near Germantown because of high water. That's after the culvert filled with water, causing it to pool into the roadway. And in Tillamook County, Highway 101 is closed from North Main at 1st Street north to Fred Meyer. The Wilson River Loop also closed. Both closures mean the only detour available is through Banks and Highway 26.
All right, bringing Rod Hill back into the mix on this Weather Impact Alert Friday. I don't know what you're starting with here exactly, Rob, but we did talk earlier, some of the rain total amounts the last couple of days really in that unprecedented territory as far as the Portland area is concerned.
Well, 2.10 fell for the date yesterday, which is a record for the date. What was yesterday, the 18th?
Yep.
And then Chris did a quick search this morning. What was it, Chris? We came up with 25? Yep. 25 days Portland has ever had 2 inches or more in a calendar day out of PDX. Those records go back to 1941. I mean, when Chris was researching that, we both knew it was going to be a relatively low number. I was surprised it was that low. So we don't do that very often. Back to Thomas Schultz's story and that water you saw just under the bridge there down near High Rocks, the Clackamas River. It has reached 6 feet above flood stage. I know Thomas covered all this. It's going to crest at 10 o'clock this morning. Could be 10 o'clock tonight before it's below flood stage. So that river is going to be running high all day. Now the Wilson River, which produced some problems, including closures of 101 in Tillamook County, that actually hit its crest around 10:30 last evening. And it will be back below flood stage by 10 o'clock this morning, so just a few hours away, and then continuing to sharply drop. The majority of the rivers are expected to be below flood stage at some point today, and many of them, not all, but many actually before noon today. So we're watching all of that. This is the atmospheric river that dumped our rain yesterday. It did break last night as expected, and now it's all the way down into Northern California. You can see the showers feeding in from our northwest as we now get back to a more typical weather pattern with scattered showers. Snow levels in the Cascades 3,000 feet today. Opening up some breaks in the cloud cover, the Chehalem Tasting Room, Cameron Sherwood's at 41. One of the cooler spots we've had is up in Vancouver. There it is, 35. Again, evidence of breaks in the cloud cover and a chilly air mass. And with light winds, temperatures have been allowed to drop. Battleground 36, Scappoose 34. You've got mid-30s out through Hillsborough and Forest Grove as well. There's downtown at 41. So you'll notice a chill as you step outdoors. Salem's at 44. Rudy, nice holiday shot. There's our pet of the day at KGW.com. Use that email address, send us your pet's photo, and they will become our pet of the day. We've got 40-degree highs in the 40s. I'm trying to say on the west side. A lot of you out east will see a mix of rain and snow showers at times, and temperatures holding in the 30s. So the impact alert mainly due to some road closures and the river flood warnings ongoing today. Tomorrow, fewer showers. Pretty good looking Saturday overall. Then rain picks up somewhat Sunday. No big weather systems on the 7-day, including Christmas Day right now, showing up with a few showers and a high of 47. Here is Chris McGinnis.
Well, that's good. We need a break for sure. Every one of these icons or emblems on the map representing some sort of a road hazard, specifically either a slide that's got a partial or full closure, down trees or down lines, of course, from the wind that we had just a couple of days ago, or areas of high water that have lane or full closures. There's too many to mention out there. TripCheck.com or KGW.com are going to be your best resources to find these, as the light of day will probably reveal even more situations out there. Light of day also revealing some snow up in the Cascades. There's Highway 26. It washed away yesterday morning. It is back, so be prepared for that. You can see the trucks chaining up to get over the passes this morning. I-5 through Tualatin, a little foggy there. We just got a report of a possible downed tree on the Jefferson on-ramp to westbound Highway 26. All that said, the freeway drive this morning heading into or out of town is actually not in too bad a shape. We're pretty close to a speed limit clip, or just a little slower than that. So not so bad. Guys, back to you.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
It is a bittersweet day here on the Sunrise Show as we say goodbye to this guy. Also celebrating a 19-year run at KGW. That's longer than I've been alive.
No, it's
His last day on the Sunrise Show is next Friday, but since I'm off all next week for Christmas, this is our last time anchoring together.
You're younger than me, but not that much younger than me. China. We have an editor on the show that's been around longer than I have been around. His name is Jay Lundenberg. He's been on the show for over 25 years, and he had the task of jamming my 19 years of moments on this show into a 4-minute highlight reel. So director Chris Powell, roll it.
Oh, well, here comes a new entertainment reporter. Hey, Drew, get... We just got hit by lightning!
Drew Carney, charged up and ready to go. Now on News Channel 8 at Sunrise.
News Channel 8 at Sunrise. I said news. Don't you hide yourself. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? I don't want to be on the camera. I don't want to be on TV either, but I have to do it every day to make some money.
I'm ding. Charge! Oh my goodness! No!
Run faster!
Oh God! Okay, guys, this is the fun part. This is where I take off my duck stuff and I run down the street because the Beaver Fan Shop in downtown Portland is located just across the street, or down the street, I should say, from the Duck Fan Shop.
Oh my gosh! Don't give me the 10-second, Dan. We're going heavy in this segment, pal, okay? That's the bottom line.
I haven't even explained what the heck is happening here this morning.
Zoe, my dog, getting the mud bath. And how did I convince Zoe that the mud bath was okay? By getting one myself, guys.
Don't run away, sir. This dog doesn't bite.
Pardon me. Hello, wait. No, I need you. Sir, can I stop you for just a moment? We're giving away Frosties, and I'd like you to have one this morning if you're interested. Combine Destruction Derby coming at you. Oh, geez, Louise. Oh, I got to pull my brain out of the back of my head. Guess what, Russ and Brenda? I have a fever this morning. And the only prescription is more cowbell. Stay in school, kids, and you won't have to do this when you're 36. Russ and Brenda.
Oh, man.
I'm sweating.
dancing on the desk as we speak. Oh my gosh, we're holding it for
This is top of the morning.
okay.
Okay, go all the way out to the divers. Oh my goodness gracious.
I am feeling one with nature this morning.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. This is not good. I'm going down. This thing is totally loaded with water.
Is that Drew? 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 Oh my gosh. Who's Drew?
Hey, look at who it is there. It's Rod Hill.
Hey, there's a wolf. The guy's got a wolf at his house.
Look how nice he's been.
Hey, now that he's no longer in front of the door, what do you say we walk right?
I'm not hearing anyone back there. Are you guys, do you want me to do the whole show?
We're speechless.
Do you want me to do the headlines too?
I appreciate
I'm not a
that he's
news
stuck
anchor
with
today.
Does Frankenstein talk? I'm trying to.
He just grunts.
He doesn't talk.
What the hell are you talking about?
He doesn't talk.
You just heard him for 2 minutes. Of course he talks.
Lester Holt?
Lester Holt. Was Lester Holt a part of this morning's coverage?
I usually see him more on the news than you.
Grand opening is today at 11 o'clock. Do you have all that information?
I do.
Actually, you know what? That's not, I don't trust you. Open up that door, sir. I'm coming with you. Wherever you go today.
We're going to Bend, Oregon.
All right, if we're going to Bend, we'll go to Bend together. Let's go, move. Let's hit it. Why are we doing this?
Come on.
Why are we doing this morning? Trying to put me in a timeout about 2 minutes ago. I'm not supposed to talk for 5 minutes, so. I like big brownies and I cannot lie. Those other brownies can't deny. Here comes Shaq! Go!
You boys.
Here comes the Yeti. Go!
Thank you for watching Daily.
Thank you for watching Daily.
And thank you for still watching.
Oh, thank you.
I saw so much of you.
Yeah, we used to put a lot of my skin on the
Yeah,
Sunrise Show back in the
noticed.
day.
Wow.
That last shot was from the Mount Angel Oktoberfest. So many events that I covered year after year after year. And that Oktoberfest, I probably covered every year in person from like 2005, starting back at another station until probably 2019 here. So a long run. Anyways, I'll say it again real quickly because we're running out of time. Thank you for watching. I don't have 20 plus years here if you guys don't actually tune in and watch every day. And these guys have been great as well. So thank you guys.
To the man who has dedicated his life to making television that you want to watch.
My whole life!
You've
Your whole life.
shown others how to do it.
Yeah, well, thank you, Chris.
You're great
Seriously,
at it.
thank you very much.
And you'll continue to be great at it.
I'm going to start to get a little teary-eyed, so please.
Lay it on, guys. Come on.
No.
Come on.
You are decent.
Thank you.
So-
I can handle that compliment. I can handle that.
Well, I can't top that. You are decent. Is that what you said?
Do I have to be the one that moves the show along?
Rod,
go.
Okay. It's time for weather.
Drew and I are going to work together next week. We're both on
Yes.
Sunrise, what, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week?
Yes.
So we're not, yeah, okay, all right. Drew made reference to this map last time I saw you. 2.10 inches is what fell yesterday, a record out of PDX. Quite rare, think about this, only 25 days, 25 times have we had 2 inches of rain more on a single calendar day since the PDX record book opened in 1941. Doesn't happen very often. 5.64 in Tillamook. The models were correct when they said we'd have more rain down in Salem and Eugene. Eugene just shy of 3 inches and less rain to the north. In fact, when you cross the Columbia, it was 1.45 at Pearson Airfield that came down. We still have the impact alert up for this. Watch for high water spots, possible detours for river flood warnings. That will be ongoing today. Our Thomas Schultz has been out covering the raging, fitting term, Clackamas River near High Rocks down near Oregon City. That river might not be below flood stage until 10 o'clock tonight, and the river levels are rising with the crest expected at 10 o'clock this morning. So there are some high water spots. Now that the sun's up, it makes it a little safer to be out and about. Generally, we have drained the water pretty well. Chris has been reporting that the freeways have been okay. My drive in this morning, I couldn't believe how actually dry things were. We are looking at a scattered shower forecast, and you may see this on your phone. The green is the flood watch continuing into tomorrow for the high rivers. But the actual weather that we're now going to be having today, tomorrow, and Sunday is pretty quiet stuff. There's the atmospheric river. It's all the way down into Northern California. Here's a feed of scattered showers coming in off the Pacific. And we're opening up some breaks in the cloud cover, which in some spots, this is one of them, Vancouver, the temperatures have really taken a dive down to 35 degrees right now, just above freezing with some color illuminated on the Columbia River. 39 up in Kelso, PDX holding at 40, Salem 44, and we're above freezing out east as well. Valley forecast for today, really typical stuff for this time of the year. Scattered showers, west winds 10 to 15, maybe some gusts to 20 or 25. Temperatures up to about 47, 48 degrees. Similar numbers in southwest Washington. Fewer showers tomorrow. Again, the impact alert mainly for the high water associated with the river flooding. And then we've got rain at times picking up during the day Sunday. But generally, there may be an exception, but generally every one of these days is looking at a rain potential no more than 1/4 of an inch. Nothing organized, overly organized here, no wind threat. Christmas Day right now shows up 47 degrees with a few showers. Skiers and boarders right now, if the American GFS model is correct, it shows a warm, heavy rain day on the Saturday following Christmas Day. That would further push off the hopes of skiing and boarding on the slopes. Yeah, that's not good, Chris.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Maybe at least what we get in the 7-day forecast gives us some snow up there. But in the meantime, let's get you out the door. The hazard map is loaded with many full closures, areas of standing water, high water, and landslides. This is the latest one, Highway 6, the Wilson River Highway, closed up at the Oregon Coast Range west of Glenwood because of at least one report of a landslide. There's no detour around that. So Highway 26 basically is the long way around. Obviously, we've been mentioning there are numerous closure points of US 101 as well in Lincoln and Tillamook counties. In Clackamas County, Highway 211 is closed just east of Molalla between mile 15 and mile 17 because of really high water on the Molalla River. We've been talking about that for sure this morning. Through Oregon City, 99 East still closed in downtown because of high water. There's a local detour set up around that. All right, all that being said, the freeway drive is actually fine this morning. Fairly light volume. Just be aware of some snow up in the Cascade Passes if you're heading that direction. We'll be right back.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Well, Christmas is just 6 days away at this point. So this morning, we're not talking about holiday shopping.
Nope.
I'm not a big fan of that.
You haven't done any of that.
No, I haven't. We're not talking about holiday cookies, which I do love.
But you don't bake.
I don't, but I do eat.
Yeah.
What we're talking about today is holiday travel.
So AAA says this year's holiday travel could break records, like
What?
they say every single year.
The script remains the same.
Yeah, it doesn't change. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson has the latest from PDX.
Well, the Port of Portland predicts just over 950,000 travelers will pass through Portland International Airport over the next 2.5 weeks. Now, today and December 28th are expected to be the busiest travel days for PDX. That local surge is part of a much larger national picture. AAA is predicting 122 million people will travel between December 20th and January 21st, setting a new record. Around 90% of travelers will be driving, but air travel is expected to hit new highs with more than 8 million people boarding flights nationwide. And AAA says nationwide, the busiest travel days kick off tomorrow and on Sunday, and then there's another big day after Christmas. Now, this morning, we spoke with travelers who say even though we're still 6 days out from Christmas, they already got notifications this morning that their flights were delayed.
The busier airport, so that's cool, but our flight was already delayed. So we're like, we have to, you have to be on a ship at a certain time. So
if you're traveling through PDX, airport officials recommend getting here at least 2 hours in advance to make your flight. Back to you.
Coming up at 8, KGW Sunrise continues live on KGW Plus with powerful winds ripping through Tillamook, tearing open the roof of a historic World War II blimp hangar.
So the Air Museum is now shut down indefinitely. We're going to explain why repairs there are going to have to wait. As we close out this hour of the Sunrise Show, we take a live look from Timberline Lodge. Yeah, man, the snow there covering up the camera lens. We're going to have more on the weather impacts, not only on the mountain, but of course here in the valley and at the coast as we roll into the 8 o'clock in